Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Arcane. We're now into episode 8, which is called Oil and Water. So in the last episode, we got a reintroduction to Little Man, aka Echo, and it was really great to see his character again. We didn't get to see too much of him in the first act of the show, but we discovered pretty quickly that he's a very smart, very, shall we say, ingenious young man. He's got a lot of ingenuity when it comes to making something out of nothing. So we saw that Caitlyn and Vi finally saw some potential way to create a peace between the, upper city and the lower city by bringing the gemstone back. But on their way back, they discovered who the mole in the police station was. And of course, well, actually, Vi probably wouldn't know who he is because she was drugged when he took her. But of course, Caitlyn is aware of exactly who he is. And he was about to kill her because clearly she would have known the truth. But we see that Powder interrupted because she now thinks that her sister has traded her in for Caitlyn. And we saw Echo being a badass. And we saw, of course, more of Powder / Jinx's amazing fighting skills, and it ended with Jinx being defeated by Echo. And again, I don't know how much of that was because Echo is a better fighter and how much was because I don't think she really wants to hurt Echo, but she still let go of some type of an explosive, and that went off. There's definitely a line that's been crossed, I think, and now I think Vi finally understands just the levels to which her sister has been twisted and how much has changed with her, and now it's really a question of what can be salvaged, if anything at all, with this relationship. I'm ready to jump in, but before we do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you enjoy it here, and if you do, you'll consider hitting that like button. It really helps out with the algorithm, which means the world to me. And if you really like it, then you can hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified when I do more reactions to this show. There is only one episode left, but I do react to a lot of other shows that are very much in the same vein. Like, for example, I just recently started season 2 of The Witcher, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming. And please think of hitting that subscribe button this time around and joining our journey to 10K. I'd love to have you there with me. And yeah, it's time to do it. Let's just commit. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now. Where it is. Are we starting with a flashback? Oh, it's my girl Mel. Always a queen. This artwork. Ooh, a broken throne. That could mean so many things.
He wanted me to know death.
Well, damn.
Kino says war is a failure of statecraft.
He fancies himself a fox among the wolves. Mark me, child. If you want to last in this world,
these arms,
you must learn to be both the fox and the wolf.
Ooh, I like that.
She should have a kind, fat face, clever to charm her suckers.
I will give you the world, child.
What?
If you prove you can take it.
Interesting, but how can you give somebody something if you're taking it? Who's this? Is that your real mother?
What should we do with her?
Oh, who is that?
We can show the people we are merciful.
Oh, so this is why she failed. Oh, Mel. Damn.
A wolf has no mercy.
You're not a wolf. Oh, I feel like that pendant is going to come back to haunt us later. Oh, poor Mel. No wonder she... You know what, honey? Being a failure in that family is a good thing, because crikey. Oh, she's got her own demons she's dealing with. Why? Well, I guess she can't really talk to him about that. Not the easiest thing to bring up.
Jinx.
Genuine concern. Oh, this is the second time she's going to watch her sister be taken away by that monster. But
It was all for nothing.
sadly. When did she get it? Oh, she took it out. That makes sense. Where's Echo? I don't care about Powder anymore. That is the hardest decision ever to make. But at that point, Vi has no other choice, right? Because if she goes with her, Silco's not going to let her live. Oh, my goodness. The ladies in this show are so strong in different ways. But I like that flashback to Mel. We get a little bit of an understanding as to why she's more guarded. Like, that's one thing I would have said about her since the beginning, is that she seems very guarded. I get it now. I get now why she tries to be so cutthroat when she's being an advisor, why she's trying to be like, oh, you know, science and progress over, you know, the softer things in life. But that's because at a very early age, it looks like she was traumatized by the idea of trying to show mercy to a child by whoever that was. I'm assuming that might have been her mother. But one thing I noticed is that whoever that was looked like they were in battle regalia, muscled, jacked. So clearly not some parlor princess. So, yeah, I'm wondering if she was supposed to be a ruler or not, or if that's just an option she could have had if she'd been bloody enough.
Sir?
He feels guilty. Ew. Even in cartoon, it's gross. I don't like it. Ew. Poor butterfly. Oh, no, that was a bomb. Never mind.
Who lives here? Another counselor friend of yours?
Nope. That'd be me. Oh, okay, Mama, don't joke.
Caitlin!
Her dad trailing behind. I love it.
You and your friend can address the council yourselves. I'd suggest you prepare accordingly.
Okay. Looks like Mom softened up a little bit in her years. But there has been a changing of the guard, so...
Her injuries are severe.
You think I can't see that?
Oh, I guess we're gonna turn her into a full-on monster now.
Sometimes death is a mercy. She can take it.
Oh, you
Before I
decide
begin,
for
I
her.
must know.
She's already nuts. This is gonna push her completely beyond the point of no return.
She won't die, Doctor. She can't.
I
I
understand.
just can't even find it touching because they're just so damaging for each other. Oh, why hasn't anyone done that before? She coughs and then takes a drag of a cigarette. I can't.
On the tight ship, don't you? Except it's not your ship. It's his. And Jinx's. This is he's slipping. The Undercity is devolving to chaos. And somehow I get the feeling he's not there balancing bookshelves.
This is true.
You aren't the only one dissatisfied with his performance. There's bigger fish than Silco.
Where? Who? Why haven't we seen them before? And why are they letting the Undercity go to hell? Now I'm very curious. Okay, so this is Mel's mom? We get to see a face this time? Okay, she look regal. Look at them scars. She like, don't mess with me.
I've heard stories of Piltover's hospitality.
Wow. These two
didn't
look
say
so
halfway
different
across.
from each other.
You said, perhaps your sentimentality will be more at home with those soft-spined idealists overseas.
Word for
Have your
word.
father's memory.
Makes me wonder what her dad's like. Geez, because she seems nothing like her mom.
It's not conjecture. It's a fact. Weapons can't be unmade, and they are always used.
This is so true.
I'm here.
Oh, that is so true.
I don't need your guidance.
Oh,
We'll see.
who this?
It's for me, dear.
Wow, your mama like pretty boys. That definitely explains what her dad might look like. Why she's so delicate and pretty. I kind of like that dichotomy though. If her mom's kind of like this alpha female and she just likes these delicate pretty boys. I'm not against it.
Sometimes I
Ooh, this visual's cool.
get carried away.
Kind of yin and yang.
I left her.
Sometimes you gotta save yourself, hun. If you can't save yourself, you're not gonna be around to save her. Although at this point, Powder's gotta save herself. If she wants to. She needs so much help. Oh no. Oh, I'm so scared of what's gonna emerge. Because this is already terrifying enough to me. Oh, and Vi's still her strong place. That's what's so sad about this. Oh, her worst fears.
Stands must be painful. Only get worse.
Jeez, they're like ODing her on this. No one, like she's gonna be insane. Like she was already like broken, but that could have been fixed. She is now going to be literally insane and likely dependent on that crap ass shimmer for the rest of her life. Oh, poor, oh man. I feel for her, man. I'm sorry. I'm making her look so out of place here. Sorry. They're like, what is that?
though these blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong.
Oh? Who this?
Air is denser.
He's okay.
Oh.
Thank God.
Are you all right, lad?
No.
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity, but it seems I'm
Too late.
unwelcome.
Very late.
It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted. And, well, you're holding my ride.
I think can fix that though, and probably make it about 10 times better. Okay, ma'am. You know what? Queen Tings. I like Mama's energy, at least when it comes to being pampered.
It's, Counselor Chalice.
Not Jayce.
And I'm not sure.
Not Jayce meeting his mama-in-law like this.
Folded, as a man's mind hides behind
What?
his body.
Spread eagle.
Somehow I doubt he ever divided fists.
That's such a boss move, you guys.
The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership is impotent.
Excuse you.
We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medarda. But I have a
Mrs.
city to run.
He ain't scared of you and your vagina.
But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek,
Who's that?
slaughtered with your eyes closed.
Is that a threat, ma'am? Ooh, the sweat. Listen, y'all, seriously, it is such a power move for her, like, to be just fully as vulnerable as possible in front of some man. Like, I'll talk about it later.
Even though we failed her in countless ways, she risked everything to show me what life is really like down there.
Can y'all not do this love letter in front of the council?
This Jinx has the gemstone. Then we have to go in by force.
That could trigger war.
There are good people down there.
How is that gonna...
They're still cleaning the blood off the bridge. When do we say enough is enough?
Jayce, you don't know war.
Right?
I do.
You can't talk to him. He hates you, everything you stand for. He will never back down.
That part's true. This is hard because on the one hand, it's true. There's a lot of innocent people, mostly people who are in Zaun who are going to die if this thing happens. But at the same time, they don't know their enemy, and Silco will absolutely not negotiate unless it's in his favor.
We tried, okay? It wasn't enough. Top side and bottom, oil and water. That's all there is.
There goes the episode title.
Forget me. Okay?
Well, now that you told her, she's not gonna. And does she look like the kind of person who makes crime maps on her floor that's just gonna give up on something? Oh, we're trying out our new hex leg. Oh, geez. I mean, I don't know what it looked like before, so I'm not gonna say it looks worse. Oh, he's gonna feel so good though if he can actually stand on his own for the first time probably in his life. Oh, look at you go, Victor. I don't know if I like how you did it, but I'm happy for you, boo. See? And like the ships in the background, I remembered he was chasing his little ship before and he couldn't keep up. Oh, this is inspiring. This is what it should be used for. Not whatever horror they did to poor Jinx.
Private project for a couple of weeks now.
Oh no, what is she gonna walk in on? I hope she doesn't get hit with anything as collateral.
Victor?
This is harsh because this is like legitimate self-mutilation though at the same time.
Everything you do inspires me.
Honey, will you still feel like that when half of him is half hex tech? Or more than half of him? I mean, who knows what that's gonna do to his junk? No, don't touch him! Oh God, if she dies, please don't die, sweetie. Please don't die. Please don't die. Let go of him! Let go of him! Please let go of him. I don't want you to get hurt. Frickin' knew it. The one girl who ever loved you. But again, he didn't exactly think she'd get hurt either, so. This episode's so sad already. No, not the glasses left.
No,
It's too late.
that can't. That can't.
Dust. Literally nothing but dust. And this thing just burped like, oh yeah, she was delicious. Oh, I feel bad for Victor, but that really was not his fault. But also, he probably should have told at least one person. She would have been the one person who probably would have understood. Jayce is making the weapon anyway. Literally, you let that woman goad you into this.
So you just wave an arm, have someone dragged off, not bother to find out what it does to someone being stuffed in a stone box for weeks or months or even years?
No, because I'm rich.
I'm not a vigilante.
No, you're a victim.
Oh, she's like, I had one of these before. These'll work.
Silco controls the Undercity with Shimmer. Shut down his supply, and it's only a matter of time before his own people turn on him.
This is
And how do
true.
we do that?
A lot of addicts.
So, we got a deal, pretty boy?
She's so funny. What I think is so hilarious is they don't know that they've impacted each other's lives so much, so many years ago. This is just hard, in my opinion, because I understand the need for action, but this is just not a way that's going to end without a lot of people getting hurt that don't deserve it. Okay, that is a sweet weapon. Paladins entering the chat. Damn, Silco was not joking, yo. Too late. Is this a self-destruct sequence? Of course he has security measures, because he wouldn't just leave his little... Oh, y'all are dead. It was nice knowing you. You had to reload? God damn. Well, it was nice knowing you, Jayce. This is why you should listen to your girlfriend. Oh no, I see those claws. Here comes my savior! That's right! You're gonna have to man up, Jayce. Too many girls in your life be saving your ass, man. Vi is amazing. I love her new gauntlets. I love it. Vi's got some frustration. Not his beautiful face. I hope you had his oh my god, that was a whole femur. Not bad. Tricks! Hell yes! Already my favorite fight. Oh, she said not today, bitch. Good night. Trust me, killing you is a mercy. Oh. She said overdrive, bitch. She said overdrive. Good night. I want this weapon. It's like plus 100 to agility and strength. You know what? This reminds me of Jinx when he's doing this. And you see the reflection of the blue in his eyes. It makes him look insane. I love it. Did you just hit a kid? Oh, damn it. Well. Oh, we don't have to see the whole fall. He's gone anyhow. Damn it. This is what I said. This is why I said it's never easy with war. It's never simple. This is what happens. Collateral. Sad reality is that there was more than one young person in that factory. So I don't even know. Like, it's not easy. Some of those kids are probably in there because it's the only way they can eat. They're all kids. Silco's a piece of shh. But now he sees the true scope of what's going on in the Undercity. Well, this scene... The animation in this show is literally... Give them awards! I will keep saying it until someone does it. It is such a cool way that they're showing this as far as like her like rewinding the memory. Oh, no. No. Jinx found out where she lives? How? How? Oh, don't do it, Jinx. You got the hex tag. What more do you want? To leave her alone. No. Oh, but I could see her wanting to do that just to hurt Vi. Just because she actually believes in her mind that she's been replaced. Oh my gosh. So much in this episode. I don't even think I'm going to be able to remember all of it, honestly, and not end up talking for like an hour and a half. But let's talk, I guess. We'll start with Mel. The flashback to Mel was great because we haven't had a lot of information on her outside of a couple of her appearances in episodes. We knew she was rich. We knew she came from a powerful family. And then a couple episodes ago, we learned that she was banished from her kingdom, home planet, wherever she's from. And she just said they just banished her for not like meeting expectations, I think is what she said. But we never got details beyond that. And we finally have a little bit of background. Again, we still don't know a lot about where she came from, but wherever it was, we see that her mom looks like a warmonger dictator. Somehow a cross between like a warmonger and a dictator. And, you know, as a very young child, they attempted to instill the idea in Mel that mercy is only for the weak, and that if you're to be a wolf, which I'm assuming is like maybe the sigil of her people, you can't be weak or merciful by their standards. You have to always be willing to strike and to set violent examples. And it looks like she's never had a stomach for going to those extremes. And as she explained when her mom showed up, and she reiterated what her mother said when she sent her to Piltover, she basically thinks that Mel's too soft and that she's sensitive and all these other terms that people use to diminish people who show kindness and mercy. And that's why Mel's been here this entire time, trying to build up her, you know, to show that she's capable of doing all the things that she was kind of talking about as a young child. What hit me is that, like, again, she was talking about having kind of a puppet, a face of the nation, but still somebody who would, you know, have an appearance of being kind and benevolent. It looks like Mel has always been somewhat of a strategist. You know, she thinks about the big picture. She's very much about appearances and the politics and the money. Like, that's where her wheelhouse is. Whereas her mom is very much wanting her to be like, just, you know, this powerful presence. But that's just not in Mel's nature. And I'm assuming Mel must be more like her father, which we have not heard or seen. But because of her leniency, I guess you could say, or her tendency towards mercy, her mom didn't think she belonged in their kingdom. But that definitely gives me a lot more perspective now on why Mel was acting the way she was with Jayce initially. I think that's, like I said, whenever Jayce started to show his merciful and soft side, we saw Mel pull back, right? And when he started to act a little bit more assertive and firm and willing to be a bit more cutthroat, she was a little bit more drawn to him, right? So it's like a weird twist on mommy issues that she's kind of expressing through Jayce. Like when he kind of displayed the traits that her mother has, who she's probably been working her entire life to gain the approval of, she was drawn to him. And then when she showed the tendencies, or he showed his personality that was more like her or maybe her dad, she kind of pulled back because she's been rejected for that type of behavior in the past. So it makes a lot more sense now. I think in her heart of hearts, of course, she does feel for Jayce, and I think she is drawn to his kindness, and she knows that that's actually her real side as well. But she has her reasons, and of course, lots of unfortunate conditioning and damage that her mother's inflicted throughout the years that she's trying to work through as far as kind of figuring out where she really wants to be, where this is all concerned. But I like that when her mom showed up and her mom said, like, listen, we need to start creating weapons immediately and going the way of force, she was like, nah, like, I don't think that war is the answer. Like, I've seen what it does. Clearly, the death of that girl still haunts her, as we saw her getting up from that nightmare in her sleep. So she doesn't want to go there. She knows that there are real consequences to war. And sadly, it's usually the collateral damage and the innocent that feel that toll far more than the people who are waging the wars. The people at the top often don't have to experience it. I mean, in fairness, her mother looks like she's been through a battle or 100, but you know what I mean. The average warmonger or people who are financing these wars are usually staying pretty and safe, somewhere far from all the actual carnage. So I understand a lot more now why she is the way she is and why she was kind of acting the way she was with Jayce. And then we have that scene with her mom meeting Jayce, and I have to talk about it because it's the power move that it was for Mel's mom to be in a bath with a man massaging her body, her eyes covered, completely naked, the most vulnerable that a person can be, with no armor, no clothing. And then with her, I mean, I joked about it, but literally spread eagle in front of this man, which, you know, for a woman typically is one of the most dangerous and vulnerable ways to be in front of a man. It shows you the amount of absolute chutzpah and confidence and just general, like, badassery this woman has in her. Like, she really don't think anybody can touch her. And even if there is a little bit of inkling of down her man, she's making sure that everyone around her cannot pick up on that. Because I'm telling you, anyone walking into that room, any man walking into a room like that, you saw Jayce, he was sweating. And not just because it was steamy in there. She was intimidating and that was the point. Like, that woman is, she is a mind game master. I can tell you that right now. I feel like my girl Mel has probably been through the trials and then some to deal with that woman and that level of mind game. But again, like I said, it just shows you should be terrified of this woman. As I said, it was good to see that side, a little bit of background on Mel and get a better understanding of what she's about and why she is the way she is and how her and Jayce are now differing on this whole situation of how to handle the Undercity. Like, there would have been, if there was ever a time for diplomacy that might have worked, it would have been with Vander kind of being in charge. But Silco has been coming from a place of hate from the get-go. He blames all of his problems on Piltover. He thinks that Undercity's better off without them, even though he has clearly run Undercity into the ground. Breaking away in independence is not as easy as people think. And again, Silco never really had a plan, right? He didn't go into this thinking of how he could make the Undercity a great place on its own and where it could thrive and just be great without the suppression of Piltover. He really was just basically like, screw Piltover, screw the rich. I just want control. I just want to be able to tell them to get out whenever I want them to get out. And that's that. The results are what we see right now. And that's what we saw with the guy with the iron jaw there and talking to Savika and saying that, like, look around, like the Undercity is a hellhole. And so like, what is the point? Like, what is he actually doing for the Undercity? And Savika has to, like, basically, I mean, that's really the reason Savika doesn't say much is because I know in the back of her mind, she's realizing, and probably has realized for a while, that Vander's death was a huge mistake. We'll see what happens if they start to organize against him, because it's true. It's pretty apparent that Silco is losing his grip. I think even Silco's starting to realize that what he's created is not as satisfying as what he thought it would be. So I think it's become very hollow for him, and the only thing he really does still care about is Jinx. And this episode really fully showed that his connection to Jinx is more than just a business relationship. Again, it is still something he's getting something from, but he did have genuine worry and genuine fear on his face when he thought that she was dead. We see that unfortunately he took her to that dark scientist who makes hybrids and, probably helped him develop Shimmer. And yeah, we have no idea what she is now, because as they said, Jinx was hurt very badly by her little invention. And yeah, it looks like almost more than half of her is now Shimmer or Shimmer augmented. And we've seen that Shimmer kind of breaks the minds of a lot of the people who go on it. And she was already broken. So I really don't know. Like, I'm terrified, as I said before. Like, she was already pretty scary before, but I feel like there would have been a path to healing. But now with this chemical interfering with her, I do think that potentially Powder might be gone forever at this point, or she's just going to be permanently in this half sane, half crazy place, probably for the rest of her life now. And there's not much that can be done about it. Outside of that, also, we got a small glimpse of Heimerdinger, and he's finally gone back to the Undercity after, like, actually gone through the Undercity, because I think he's kind of dabbled a bit over the years, but I think this trip really gave him a good idea of just how bad it is out there. And I think it's making him rethink a lot of what Jayce said, as far as the fact that he's let a lot of things go sideways in that part of the world, considering that he's been in Piltover for hundreds of years. I think this is a good wake-up call for him, but thankfully he hooked up with Echo, who's okay. We've got two Tinker minds together again. I really wish that Powder could have had that experience. It might work. Like, Heimerdinger being down there helping out the Firelights could be a really good counterbalance to what Silco's up to, because as we saw in that factory, he's got a sentinel force of crazy hopped up Shimmer freaks, and we're gonna have to find some way to go up against them. Lots going on. There's so many moving parts that happen in this episode. We got so much info. I feel like I still missed some things, but those are the things that really stuck out to me. And like I said, I really don't know where we're gonna go here. We got one episode left, and we are really at this place where, like, all the gunpowder is everywhere, and we're just waiting for the right spark to just send things absolutely into chaos here. I really, really enjoyed this episode, as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, I'd appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next episode.